Are we structurally being forced into loneliness? There's a distinct difference between feeling lonely and being alone. We're taught to believe that loneliness looks like a sad guy or girl, staring out the window with the glass fogged up, contemplating life in a profound way, while having the desperate look on their face that says they just need help. In our reality, loneliness is being in a room of people you suddenly feel like you don't know and wondering how you got there that day. Loneliness in the 21st century is a real thing. Loneliness can be defined as feeling of being distinctly alone, or disconnectedness, or alienated from positive people, places, and things. Researchers have described the idea that the more aware that people are in their lives, the more trapped they will feel. If we are permanent outsiders, then we are trained to not feel connected to others, and loneliness and being alone are mutually exclusive, and loneliness is subjective among people. America values individuality and frowns upon going with the group. Culturally, I was taught my family was the most important of people in my life, but my family wanted me to go away for school. The growing privatization of the family makes it difficult for my peers to find new friends because they go home every weekend from college. The family teaches us that family is what's most important, but then they tell me to go to school, and experts expect us to still be there for them and focus on them rather than the new relationships that I formed with my peers. At my college, it's hailed as a suitcase campus, and I can't help but think that the structuring of the private family is contributing to people feeling lonely and feeling like they have to avoid social interaction in order to be with their family. My college has a 28% graduation rate, which means structurally I will lose 72% of my friends throughout my college career and have to be constantly seeking new friends and relationships to keep up with the number of friends that I'm eventually going to lose. I'm living with the impression that I'm going to lose more than 2/3 of my friends in less than 4 years before they will even graduate. The individual is so valued by people. It's a social trap that encourages people to be out on their own, which implicitly says we're going to be alone. Much more alone than we may have been in our life. And being an American is lonely in and of itself because of our lack of homogeneity in our culture. We pride ourselves on being so different from one another and being so unique and special and getting more gold stars than our peers, but culturally we differ so greatly from one another. Culture is used as a categorizing and an othering tool instead of an educational tool. I feel so alone to this day going to school at my school, Western, because I'm not invited into mountain culture. And mountain culture is completely exclusive of others, and it makes it hard to get involved. Some reasons that I think loneliness has been structured. First, it's the portrayal of what having friends should look like in the media, and it's discouraging. Nickelodeon, which is aimed at tweens and teens, shows kids that are 15 to 16 who have their own apartment and an endless number of friends coming in and out of their apartment and getting into all kinds of fun shenanigans and having no real responsibility. Thousands and thousands of dollars at their own disposal, and they're able to do anything that they want at a moment's notice. As cell phone availability and usage increases, we can communicate far easier than we have in our lives, and faster than at any other point in history. But loneliness is still prevalent in this time. Companies like Verizon try to convince us that we really do need to be on our phones, and we really need to be texting, and we need to really get with the times. We need to talk and text all the time. We need to use social media with cell phones to communicate instead of physically talking to other people. Cell phone usage creates a dissonance between me and my friends. When other people got that group text and I didn't, but I was still expected to come to the party, and if I didn't go, then I was intentionally being a loner. If 36% of people are lonely when they try to use Facebook to alleviate that loneliness, maybe that company wants their product to be designed in a way that allows them to keep others feeling lonely. Happy people don't buy things. In the last decade, dozens of dating websites have come up with the idea that you are not beyond help. but you are not capable of finding love in this big world on your own. And for a small payment every month, you can allow others the ability to find someone for you, and let them mathematically figure out a way to not make you lonely. When my friends go shopping, it's usually to make them feel better, because of recent life stress. And I don't believe that companies don't know this, and retail therapy has been generally accepted by people, which is just code for hyperconsumption to perpetuate loneliness. And eventually people get wrapped up in the cycle of needing to be happy and to be constantly shopping, because once they have the next best thing, a few months from now they'll be sad again and they'll want that next best thing and they'll go shopping again for it. And I think that loneliness is pretty epidemic, and something has to change.